What's going on, everybody? Don't worry. First of all, I'm wearing a seatbelt, so any of my family that sees this or friends that see this don't have to worry about me being distracted from driving. This message couldn't wait today. I was listening to something that really has shown a lot of things to me lately, and it never ceases to amaze me that I learn something different every day from it. But this certain primary source taught me what I've had to learn myself the past 3 or 4 years, maybe even 5 or 6. And that is it wrong to have multiple forms of income? Is it wrong to try to, perform different stages of business, and learn what it takes and entails to run a successful craft and make a profit and a difference? No. But at what stage should you do it? Now, if you watch this and you're younger than me, or if you watch this and you might be in the same situation as me, I want to save you the time and hassle and let you know right now, you can have multiple streams of income. You can. Just because of the fact that you understand that there's a process, you understand that there's a system, you understand that there's marketing, you understand that there's all these things that you've learned that basic business has been generalized as, does not mean that you can go out there and just boom, 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 and line up people that you can leverage their talents and just build a successful business right off the bat, because it just doesn't work like that. And the funny thing is I thought I could do that, and I had good intentions, don't get me wrong, and have good intentions still to this day, but you cannot do that. So at what point should you scale your business, and what point should you start looking at other forms of business that might be even relatable to the current business that you have not mastered but been successful at, if you will say, to be tasteful? I think it's at that point to where you're spread thin enough and you're looking at that actual new opportunity with 6 to 12 months in the bank. My problem as a young entrepreneur and a young businessman has been I have not had the savings. I just haven't. I always heard, most people don't have a savings account that accumulates up to X amount of dollars. And I would be like, oh, well, that's one ear and out the other, because if I figure out multiple streams of income, then I can just start multiple saving accounts, later on down the road. But here I am, 25 years old, owning 2 different businesses right now. One's not even at a profit, and I'm starting to see the fact that I should have listened to a lot of different individuals. And if you're watching this, whoever you are, thinking that, oh, that person was me, it probably wasn't, so don't think that it was you. But multiple individuals that I've watched their actual behavior, the way that they operate, and I've actually even gotten a chance to exchange in conversation with, not really in person, but just kind of over text or Snapchat or some medium of communication like that. And I should have listened, but I wanted to go out and learn it myself. So is it a bad thing? No, I don't think it is. I've gotten to be really, really well-versed in a lot of different talents, and I'm very, very thankful for that, because as a person, it makes me feel better, because I feel like I'm always striving for something different. I'll get compliments from people that mean a lot to me and people that are actually strangers of mine or even well-communicated acquaintances, and they'll be like, you're doing so well, keep it up, you're always doing something, I can't even think about doing half the things that I see you do, or things like that, and that all is very flattering, and I'm very, very thankful and humble to, be thought of like that. But at the same time, I don't regret anything I've done, but I want to actually be able to spread what I have learned, and I'm going to consider a way of doing it, and actually I'm doing it right now, via video, but I'm going to do more. I'm going to take a step further to actually make not a business out of this, but make a system or a process or just a form of communication where I can actually share all that I've experienced. Because honestly, if I could sit down and have a conversation with you, whoever's watching this, I'm sure that I could add value to your life, and you could do the same for mine. And that is what I've learned to be so easy and apparent to me these days, that is going to help me with 1 business, 10 businesses, 14 businesses, 40 businesses. I've seen 400 businesses. Doesn't matter how many I'm in, it doesn't matter what my future holds for me, but literally it is just going to be applicable or applicable, whatever way you want to say it. And I just had to jump on here because I heard something from that source today, and I was really just proud to hear it. And it was, can you go out there and start a business and actually go into 3 or 4 different incomes just right off the bat, because you understand what it might take, even if it takes a couple years, or even if it takes scalability period of time to actually make that business or that idea successful, can you go out there and make 3 others and work on it at the same time? 8 times out of 10 you cannot. You got to have insane discipline. I mean, you've got to be like the Michael Phelps for swimming of business. You got to be like the Eli Musk. You got to be like all these other people that are just, they wake up and they just driven to just completely go out there and every single day kill it. And I do have a drive, don't get me wrong, and it might be bigger than yours, it might be the same as yours, it might be even smaller than yours. But I know, and it's hard to come to grips with it because I've had to definitely experience it, but I know that mine's not enough right now, and I cannot go and do that. So as of lately, I've been taking some things and consolidating them into a couple different talents that I pride myself in and that I'm actually willing to work on. So I actually recommend you, if you're watching this and you're looking for the value or the kick part of this actual video, or the punchline, if you will, that's it. Focus on your strengths right now. If you're in a place where you don't want to be and you're actually embarrassed of where you're at and you think that you're never going to get to somewhere else, well, you're right, you won't. But the moment you start to realize your talents and strengths are something you should be proud of, you're going to go wherever you want to. And I'll go there with you. So if you watch this and you can actually relate to me on a couple different topics, or you've seen a couple of my videos on the Opinions of the Mind YouTube channel, or just me just sitting here spreading it over Facebook like I will and like I do, hit me up. Let's go get some coffee. Let's sit there and talk. Let's see if we can actually just provide some good value and some good insight into each other's lives. We can see each other one time or multiple times. Doesn't matter to me. I just hope I'm here to help, and it helps me too, because at the same time I get to watch it later and I get to realize later, hey, I actually learned something by teaching it. And that's how some things are. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.